Why I'm enjoying TikTok. I'm enjoying the last days. We don't know if today's the last. I'm enjoying the last days. And I go down and I'm looking at the lives. I'm showing everybody love. I'm tapping the screen. I'm gifting some people a little bit. I go on somebody's live. Actually, I went in a few people's lives, but I'm going to talk about the one I just left. I go on a live. There's somebody in there named Hello Kitty in the chat section. Hello Kitty's sending cutesy emojis, right? Hello Kitty is Chinese, Asian, whatever you want to call, right? Now, I'm not super familiar, right, about the culture, right? I'm going to learn because I'm going to be on Red Note, but I'm going to learn, but I'm not super familiar. But I do know when you look at the Chinese people's content, Korean content, just say Asian content, everything they do is kind of cutesy. No, it's like they do the mochi, the food, I'm trying to say, the food videos are all cutesy. The bento boxes and they're cutesy. They're a cutesy culture. No, like they like cutesy things. They cut their fruit up in little cutesy ass shapes and they're cutesy. So this person is in the comment section doing cutesy emojis, right? And the content creator says, somebody get Hello Kitty ass up out of here. She doing that dumb shit, right? I just don't like things like this, right? And I said to you guys earlier in the video, and I said, somebody sent me I was messaging somebody on Red Note, I'm about to say Red Note, and they were saying that the people was being a little mean up in there, right? Now, I can almost promise you that people are Americans, us refugees are going to go over there and we're going to be offended by everybody, right? Not all. I see a lot of people doing that already, though. They're not. So, let me finish. So I go and I click on Hello Kitty's page, and Hello Kitty's the content creator, actually posts content, right? So that means that it's not a spam page. That means that, if there's a language barrier and a culture barrier, right, that means that she's probably communicating the way that she communicates. Now, I can't say. Maybe you guys are smarter than me. Maybe you guys know the comment lingo and you know when somebody's spamming for sure, right? But how do you expect for people to accept you if you just go off on people right away? Before the video that I'm talking about, I was in somebody else's live. And I was in the live and the girl is going off like straight when I go in. And I pay attention and I see what's going on before I even say anything, if I decide to say something. And I go in there, she's going off and she's like snapping on everybody. Like, the fuck y'all in here for if y'all not even tapping the screen? What the fuck y'all in here for if y'all not doing? What the fuck y'all in here for? So I'm like, whoa, everybody calm down. I feel, obligated, and I start tapping the screen. Like, I don't want her to feel like we don't care. Like, I just came in here. Let me tap, right? I'm tapping. I'm like, and she doesn't stop. She keeps cussing everybody out. Now she has like 400 people in her room. And as she's cussing everybody out, there's gifts popping up in the thing. And I'm like, wow, she's getting gifts and she's still cussing everybody out. And then somebody comments. I don't even know this creator's name, but somebody comments, you so pretty. She goes forward to say, and I'm pretty, but you ain't sending no money. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not how you greet people. That's not how you greet people. And I know a lot of you are not going to want to hear this, but everything happens for a reason, correct? And I'm not saying that there's not a lot of reasons that TikTok is being banned, right? But it might be for the best, okay? When you guys hear me talk about a narcissistic society and y'all don't know how to behave and all of these apps contribute to that. We are all very much deserving, but I just don't know how that behavior will get you far. It can get you somewhere. It's just like, I don't know how to, like, because I go back and forth with this. Even raising my children, I go back and forth with, trying to teach them, core values, and then also teaching them how this world is. And sometimes they're going to have to be ruthless. And I understand that. And maybe the people are just stressed out because the app is going. Maybe that's what I'm saying. But I don't, it puts a bad taste in my mouth. It does. If you want people to give you things, be kind. You know what? I'm going to take that back because I had a job one time when I was working in the school system, and there was this girl there. And for her birthday, she would walk around and she would tell everybody, "It's my birthday. And for my birthday, I want A, B, and C, A, B, and C every day, 20 times a day." And on her birthday, she got those things because she said, "I want those things," right? And on the other hand, when it was my birthday, I was completely ostracized. I was being bullied on the job. I was not being treated well. And I didn't get specific things that I wanted. Honestly, if you would have asked me, I wouldn't have known what I wanted. I was not in that headspace. I was just confused. But I got handwritten letters from 3 entire classrooms of children, right? And I also got some flowers from another teacher. I got well wishes. I got hugs in the hallway. And here's the thing. Maybe I'm not making my argument. Maybe this is not making my argument, because some of you would see this and say, I'd rather get the things. I'd rather get the things than a hug. Fuck the hug, right? But maybe that just is a difference. Maybe that's just a difference between me. And this is why I know that I'm just a little different. And it's not about me, but it's just disheartening. I don't know. Right? I know that the culture is weird. Because I'm just going to send this. I told you I'm not posting a lot of personal stuff no more. But since this is going, let me just be personal. I applied for a job. I didn't get the job, right? And whatever. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not mad about it, but I was curious. And somebody else I knew applied for the same job. And another person I know has the job, right? So I'm like, what is the difference between us? And now part of the job process is to do a personality test, right? And we did those in psychology class to see what type of personality type we have. And I find that I am a more passive personality type. I'm like a lover, everyone matters. I'm not like that stressed out. And I realized that about myself. I took the test and that's what the test said too, right? But when you do these jobs, right? And they give you the personality test, I don't think that's what they're looking for, right? And we know that in this society, capitalism and we talk about neurodivergence in this capitalistic society and how it just doesn't fit, because we need a more laid back life. We allow people to be themselves. We're creative. We're free. We don't want to work 40-hour weeks and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you have the neurotypicals who can do that. They can do that because this is set up for them, right? How many of them are there really out there? I don't know. I just think that we all adapt and we do the best that we can, but this is no way for nobody to live and, whatever. But so I came to the conclusion based on our personality types. Now, I don't know what they scored on the test, but the person who has the job, she is very like of the culture, right? And I could say they have a lot of followers on social media. They cater to what social media wants. Very pretty, very like, what are you doing here? Like, if you're not sending me no money. She got the job, right? Me and the other person did not get the job. And we're more similar because we're like, we just don't want to stress. So I understand that the world, like when you're applying for a job and stuff, they don't want to hear that you care about people. They want to hear that you're going to get the job done. They want to hear that you're going to be that tyrant, that you're going to be that crab in the bucket. That's what the society thrives off of. And I understand that society currently is thriving off of, what the fuck you doing here if you ain't sending me no motherfucking money? I get that. But what about what about tapping into what's not so popular? What about being a little kind in some areas? Now, I know it's survival of the fittest out here. You can't be nice sometimes, right? We learned that. That's why I tell you guys, I'm kind, I'm not nice. And I kind of know when to turn it off and turn it on. And I'm learning that better. And I'm learning that a closed mouth don't get fed. So, say what you got to say. And I'm understanding that every time somebody follows you, you don't have to follow them back. Like they're here to support you. That doesn't mean you have stuff like that. I'm understanding it, but I don't never think I can get with that. I see that on here a lot. And I'm going to close this up by saying maybe TikTok leaving is not such a bad idea, because when you talk about a narcissistic society, we have things that are catering to our narcissism. And I'm not saying everybody on TikTok is narcissist. There's so many beautiful content creators on here just sharing and just doing things and helping the people and all that. But there's a side to TikTok that I find is a bit distasteful, you know, and it's the ignoring comments, sitting there like this, pretending like you can't see that people are saying stuff to you. And then when somebody says something you don't like, you start raging out, because that's accountability. Usually you're not in this earth, like, you can only see, you don't have people telling you what they see. And if you're on live and you're on social media, people gonna tell you what they see. And that response where you're just like raging out because they're not doing something that you like. And the thing is, some of them were doing something that you liked and you were still telling them to fuck off. Like, I'm just saying that there has to be a different way, no?